Hey guys, this is an odd review. Yeah, I'm very late. Assassin's Creed the movie. I just watched it literally 5 minutes ago, and wow, I, I can kind of see why the movie got a little bit of a hate. You know, I've never been a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed game series. I thought they were really overrated as fuck. Like seriously, I don't know. Um, I think Black Flag was a good one. But otherwise, I haven't been into them as much. And eh, this movie was interesting. Otherwise, I've been I've actually been kind of happy that Ubisoft has taken a break from Assassin's Creed for right now, because now I have faith in the next game, because it's been about 2 fucking years since Assassin's Creed Syndicate came out. I've not played a Syndicate, and I don't plan on to, because I know as soon as I fucking buy that game, it's gonna be. One sec. Sorry, my watch is beeping for a long time, but yeah, I'm just kind of glad they kind of took a 2 year break, pretty much, because now I have faith that the next one will probably be pretty fucking good, because they're not doing this yearly. I started to notice, especially Unity, which I actually own Unity, that the quality of the Assassin's Creed games is kind of shit. So I'm glad they started to do that. So anyway, into the movie. First of all, I noticed the movie took a few hints that say, or it innovated from the first game a little bit. Where no, it's not Altair and fucking Desmond, that guy and everything. It's not those guys or anything, but it's a new guy named Callum, I guess. And he was all right. I mean, he wasn't a great character or anything. I didn't really like him that much, but apparently it's Abstergo, Animus. If you guys play the games, you guys get the gist. But it's basically this whole, oh, you have an ancestor who discovered the Apple of Eden, which is a thing from the Assassin's Creed games. He's the first one to find it and shit. Kind of like how Altair found it in the first game. That's just why I noticed, though. It takes a lot from the first game, but, remixes it and does different shit with it. And this Callum guy has an ancestor assassin named, what's his name? Hold on. Aguilar. Right, yeah, Aguilar is the assassin guy, and what's kind of cool about this movie too is, especially when it gets into the assassins scenes, when we're doing all the assassin shit and everything, they all speak fucking Spanish, like no English, no habla inglés in the fucking assassin parts. Like seriously, everyone there is just here to stab and speak Spanish. Yeah, so thought that was pretty cool. But one negative I have to say about this movie, this game is this this movie is really tame for a rated M video game franchise. I think almost every single fucking game in the Assassin's Creed franchise has been rated M, but this is PG-13, but not PG-13 to the sense where they can do a few action. Like a good example I can think of is the Magnificent Seven. I saw that one a while back, and it was pretty violent for a PG-13 movie. I mean, there was blood and shit in there, so I'm like, wow, damn, that movie was pretty violent for a PG-13 movie, of course. I mean, I think the PG-13 rated could have worked, because not everyone says fuck or something like that, and I mean, there's one scene where the Callum dude says fuck, but anywho, there's not a lot of like hardcore swearing or people butt fucking each other. I don't know why. My fucking brain. Anywho, yeah, but I think it would work well with a PG-13 rating, but like stab some people, man. It's like fuck. I mean, people get stabbed in the film and everything, but it's very cut, like, oh shit, we don't want to show any blood. Oh no, definitely not. There's some shit like, seriously, I think there's a scene where one assassin, they stabbed a dude with a hidden blade and shit. Like, so he pulls it out and there's no blood whatsoever on the tip of the blade. Or even the Aguilar guy, he jumps on a guy and does the assassination thing in the games and everything. He's like, oh, when he jumps on them and stabs them, no blood. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, not that it needs, but I mean, it kind of does. I mean, you're a fucking assassin killing people. And then there's times where, like, there's another chick assassin who I didn't really give a shit about. That's kind of another problem with this. Too many characters that aren't really used at all. They're just kind of fucking there. It's all about, this one guy and everything, which is all right. I mean, you need a few characters to, drive the story a little bit, which is kind of a problem. But this assassin chick it switches back to the past a lot, but only 3 times in the fucking movie, where it's like 3 times where they go back to the past, which is also like an issue. But that's gonna be annoying. Fucking hell. I think it just kind of bothered me that there just wasn't no blood spill. I mean, you're a fucking assassin. The games were filled with people getting their throats cut and this game is like, oh, no blood. We don't want to show that. Or sometimes when the dude's in Animus, and the Animus looks pretty fucking cool. That's all I gotta say in this movie. It was a cool concept, but it doesn't make sense because I don't know if you guys seen the trailers, but around this Callum dude, they show like a belt and everything, and the electronic arm pulling him everywhere in the Animus instead of laying in a bed like the games do and everything. And he's moving around. But my question is, they're doing flips and front flips in this movie. How the hell does that work? Like I don't know, because when he syncs up to the Animus, he does the actions of the assassins doing this one. He can act them out and shit. On the outside, people watch him. It looks like if he's stabbing somebody, it looks like he's stabbing somebody on the outside. I don't know. That was just kind of bugged me. But otherwise, yeah. It was pretty damn tame for a PG-13 movie, because I've seen worse, and that was just yeah. I think Marvel movies are more violent than that. I mean, Jesus. But anywho, story wise, they focus too much on the present timeline more instead of focus on the cool assassin shit, which they did more in the games, obviously. But I don't know. I was just expecting, I wanted to see more from our main character and the assassin main character. This Aguilar guy, all he does is just speak a bunch of fucking Spanish, and you need subtitles. I watched it with subtitles, and I was able to see it fine and everything. But, some people might not know that without subtitles, what the fuck he's saying. Because most of the like, seriously, in the movie, just fucking Spanish all the way through. And, I don't know. It like I said, it just kind of bugged me where it didn't have the necessary amount of violence that Assassin's Creed movie needs or something like that, and it focuses too much on this one guy and a lot of things, and we don't know a lot about him. I mean, at the beginning, we see that he's a kid and his mom gets killed by his dad, who's also an assassin, which shows up later. It's like, oh yeah, I was also an assassin. I mean, you can see the robe and everything, but it was like, I don't know, just really bad issues, and the movie didn't really feel super long, but there's just parts, I don't know, it's like it just felt weird. The whole movie was it was about the Templars and everything, and Abstergo looked kind of cool, the facility, but there's a main guy and his daughter who was working on it, and they didn't do much in the movie. They just kind of like, we're evil bad guys and we will exposition all of the fucking place. It's like in a porn film where everyone's like, the guy's jacking off in like 16 girls and shit and fucking comes all over the place. In this movie, it's just exposition everywhere. That was kind of an issue where it's like, really? Do you need that much explanation? Oh, fuck. Yeah, they explain a lot of shit in this movie. It's like, but not enough information. Like, if someone new who doesn't know anything about Assassin's Creed win this movie, I feel like they may be lost. But anywho, what would I rate this movie? 6.5. There, 6.5 out of 10. Thought it was okay at best. I definitely don't think it deserves really a sequel, which I heard, ooh, it might have a sequel. There may be a TV series based on the films. I was like, fuck. I mean, they definitely set up for sequelitis right there, where it's like, oh, we need to set up a sequel right there. So, I don't know. Love it or hate it, guys. I mean, if you're an Assassin's Creed fan, it may satisfy you. I dug some of the lore. They did put a lot of the lore in there, like, for example, the Apple of Eden. They didn't change anything about the story of that, and it pretty much kept it the same there. But otherwise, I hope you guys like this video and everything, and check out Assassin's Creed.